EA and DICE are fighting hard to keep Battlefield 6 a fair playground for all the platforms, which is why they decided to nuke Chrono Zen from the orbit for both the consoles and the PC. Battlefield 6 also shocked everybody by selling 6.5 million copies in just a few days it has been out, making it one of the best-selling games in that short amount of time. The developers also acknowledge some of the problems that Battlefield 6 launch build currently has, and much more in today's video. If you guys are playing Battlefield 6 and you want to support a smaller creator, then likes and subscriptions are appreciated. Thank you so much for your consideration. So allegedly, Chrono Zen has been used to a pretty extreme extent on the console side in these few short days that Battlefield 6 has been out, and this has now reached EA, and EA has now started banning people who are using Chrono Zen. Yes, they literally just go to your account and temporarily, and in some cases even permanently ban you. Here's what they said: the Positive Play Charter outlines our commitment to fostering a gaming community that is positive, fun, fair, and safe for all. This means that we take toxic or disruptive behavior such as cheating very seriously. And here's what they define cheating as: using specialized software to gain an unfair advantage, such as aimbots or trigger bots, using software that interferes with or disrupts an EA service or another user's account, using unsupported mods, unauthorized hardware or accessories, here's where Chrono Zen comes into play, and intentionally engaging in boosting, team killing, or other prohibited behaviors, using exploits to gain in-game items. But hold on, it gets even better. EA is banning so much Chrono Zen users on all the platforms that now the Chrono Zen developers had to post an important notice, they say, for their Battlefield 6 players. Hey everyone, we're currently advising all Battlefield 6 players, especially those on PC using the Zen with any of our latest scripts, to pause usage for now. Myself and the team is actively testing to understand what's causing it and ensure everything remains safe and stable. Please avoid using the Zen in Battlefield 6 until we confirm it's fine to resume. We also ask that no one publicly shares or discusses any bans. This draws unnecessary attention to the community and makes things more difficult, which is actually great because I'm now exposing this and making it more difficult for them. Fuck the cheaters. We're working on it and we'll find a reliable solution soon. Thank you for your patience and cooperation while we sort this out. It's pretty crazy that literally a cheat developer is speaking as if he's talking to his employers in some crazy corporate company. These cheat developers, people who make Chrono Zen and trigger bots and other stuff on the PC, are just scum of the earth in my opinion. I'm very happy that EA finally, after there's been so many cheaters in Battlefield 1 and Battlefield 5 notoriously, Battlefield 5 was freaking notorious for cheaters, this time with their new kernel level anti-cheat for which you had to enable secure boot if you are on PC, seems to also be doing a lot of work, as they did block access to like 300,000 accounts during the open beta. There seems to be very few cheaters in Battlefield 6, at least on my side. I haven't experienced too much. There's a few odd things here and there, but for me personally, it seemed to be pretty clean. And this just makes me feel better that EA is already acting on known cheaters. Great win for EA. How do you feel about this, guys? Are you on the console side? Did you also experience cheating? People who are using Chrono Zen? Let me know down in the comment section. So let's talk more good news. Battlefield 6 has proven to be an absolute smashing hit for the players. They bought over 6.5 million copies on all the platforms combined, making it, as I said earlier, one of the best-selling games for EA ever, basically. And it made 350 million plus in revenue and had 2.5 million downloads on launch day. So here's the distribution of the charts, how they sold per platform. We have 56.7 on Steam, 23.7% on PlayStation, and 19.6 on Xbox. I wonder if that Xbox game price increase they had just before the launch of Battlefield 6 has somehow impacted the sales on Xbox, but nevertheless, this is still really good. It says that the United States is the top market, making up 1/3 of the game's Steam player base. China comes in second with 15%, Germany and the UK with 3 to 6% player share, and Japan at 3%. Alinea Analytics says that PlayStation distribution is more Western. The US again leads with a 38% player share, followed by 6 to 9% for the UK, France and Germany with 6.7%. Saudi Arabia, it's kind of funny, the new owners of the Battlefield franchise come at around 3% for total players on PlayStation. Battlefield 6 is a smash hit. I think it deserves it. It's a really fun game. I'm also enjoying it. Already have 30 hours in game. Already did like 5 streams for the game. I'm editing a video now. I'm fully invested in Battlefield 6 as a creator, as a player. For me personally, I couldn't have wished for a better start with Battlefield 6. Now we can only hope that the game continues this way in months and months to come. I think this is a very strong start, but we all know as players that for us, the sales don't really matter. What matters for us is the player retention we will get as the game ages and as more competition enters into the fray, of course. Arc Raiders is about to come out. Call of Duty Black Ops 7, yes, I know it's a meme, but still it's a game where all of the streamers who are currently streaming Battlefield 6 are gonna go and play Warzone for sure. So if the Battlefield 6 Battle Royale doesn't deliver the experience that those Warzone streamers are expecting, then Battlefield 6 is definitely gonna take a little bit of a hit in its, kind of reach towards this outsider base. For us, the Battlefield players and the Battlefield veterans, this doesn't really impact us at all because the game already sold well. which means that me and you are gonna have content for at least a year to come, I hope. So DICE is already preparing the Season 1, which is coming in only 14 days from the recording of this video. We're gonna get 2 new maps, a couple weapons, so they're already preparing something. And while Battlefield 6 is doing great, we cannot deny that there is also a bunch of issues with the current launch build of the game, for which Mr. Battlefield Bulletin over on X, God bless his soul, has compiled a bunch of things for DICE, and they have actually acknowledged a bunch of the issues already. So let's check it out. Maps and nodes, Conquest and Breakthrough, New Salt Lake City, Manhattan Bridge, Miraquelli, Operation Firestorm, and other multiplayer maps are having some inconsistencies with the vehicles. Main battle tanks, infantry fighting vehicles, attack choppers not spawning in, they're looking into it. I personally experienced this bug basically on a daily basis. Just today I played Iberian Offensive, their team had an LAV or infantry fighting vehicle and my team didn't get it. I know this because I wanted to play in the infantry fighting vehicle, but it never spawned in. We actually managed to win that match, but definitely, you know, fighting the LAV the entire match while dealing with enemy infantry with a blazing fast time to that Battlefield 6 has been a pretty rough experience. It just wasn't very fun, even though we ended up winning the match. The balance on New Salt Lake City and Manhattan Bridge has also in particular been pretty rough in my experience. The choppers almost never spawn in, which means that people who occupy those flags which are on the rooftops are gonna stay there all game, and you really don't have any effective way of getting rid of them. Yes, you can climb up there with a zipline, but I mean, they're watching the zipline, so you're just gonna die all the time, and it just results in a very frustrating experience. I personally really enjoy New Salt Lake City. I believe it's one of those Battlefield 6 maps which really present kind of the old Battlefield design when it comes to the maps and how it looks. I mean, to me, it looks like something from Battlefield 2. I know that I'm in the minority, but New Salt Lake City is just a really fun map in my experience, even with the choppers not spawning in. So with the choppers spawning in and they can actually clear the rooftops, we might actually get more people on the ground than just camping on the rooftops. Manhattan Bridge also has the same problems, though in my experience it was a little bit less worse than it was on New Salt Lake City. They also acknowledged a couple of other things, such as the smooth motion being set in the NVIDIA app found in graphics global settings causes the client to either get stuck on a black screen or crash shortly after launching, as well as that some individuals found that their Phantom Edition shows as standard edition on Steam. Deselecting all DLC within the Steam DLC window, restarting Steam and selecting them once again will result in a fix for this issue, while Battlefield Studio works on a permanent fix. So if you are an owner of the Phantom Edition, here's your fix. Some players as well from certain regions have asked Battlefield Studios to add a setting which lets them matchmake with players from other regions because of the lack of human players and empty servers. They're looking into that as well. There's also a bunch of problems with the challenges. For example, resupply teammates with the supply pouch is not tracking progress. The progress bar for repair vehicles does not update when repairs are made. Using vehicle supply crate does not progress even after completing the action, and I can add one of my own into the mix here. I was just completing the assault challenge the other day for the frontliner perk tree, and I needed to kill or assist people who were concussed with my grenade. It was one of the most frustrating experiences I've ever done in Battlefield 6 so far, because the concussion grenade just doesn't last very long, and if you get an assist, it doesn't actually count toward your tracking progress. You're gonna have to flashbang people, run in and kill everybody who is flashbang, and hope the Lord that it even counts. In fact, this whole challenge system, in my opinion, just isn't very good and doesn't belong in Battlefield. I know why they do it. They do it because this is a live service game. They have to keep you engaged somehow and logging in every day. Even when you don't feel like playing Battlefield 6, you gotta get those challenges and those dailies in, right? So this was their way of keeping people engaged, but I personally think it's making people quit rather than keeping them engaged. I really hope they will maybe find a good balance between keeping people engaged while also having fair progression that isn't just skewed by the live service system. Are you also doing challenges? Do you find them annoying? Let me know. DICE also plans to make some changes to Battlefield 6 movement system to find a good in between the open beta and the current release version. Florian, also known as Drunks, commented that we are looking at adjustments for sure to find a good in between. We already have some changes cooking in the oven on our side and monitoring the feedback for more. I only have a couple of problems with the movement in Battlefield 6. The first and the major one was the reason for nerfing the movement coming into the launch version from open beta was to fix the notorious Mario jump that happens every time you approach an object. I swear, for me personally, when I stream, I cannot stand next to an object for longer than 5 seconds before my guy just mantles over it and launches me into the stratosphere. This was the reason they cited they want to nerf the movement for. So they nerfed everything. They nerfed the sprint speed, the jump speed was nerfed, the slide was nerfed, everything got nerfed, but this one bug that they claimed they're nerfing the movement for wasn't fixed. This left me a little bit sour on the side, but you know, I'm still doing well with the nerfed Battlefield 6 movement. But if there's one thing I would want it to do more than maybe buff the movement, it's actually pretty disgusting how much bloom there is on this game. And anybody who tells you that the bloom was the exact same in Battlefield 3 like in this game is just false. It's maybe the same when you are suppressed in Battlefield 3. That represents BF6 bloom. You literally have to be suppressed in that game to feel the bloom of Battlefield 6. Take it from me, I have over 2,000 hours in Battlefield 3. I know how Bloom in Battlefield 3 felt, and it wasn't as bad as it is in BF6. So I believe there's maybe some bug here in play with the Bloom. Some people have mentioned that sometimes when you ADS, you still remain in hipfire for whatever reason, and then obviously if you don't have a good hipfire build, you're gonna have your hipfire accuracy in ADS. So hopefully this is fixed as well. I also heard that sometimes when you ADS, your mouse will also slow down mid-fire, cutting your sensitivity in half. Hopefully this is also gonna get fixed. I believe that those two things, the Bloom, the fixing of this ADS sensitivity bug, maybe buffing the ADS in general and making the scopes a bit better is, in my opinion, maybe a bigger priority than actually fixing the movement right now. How do you guys feel about this? You think I'm right or I'm wrong? Let me know down in the comment section. And with that being said, thank you so much for watching this video. I really appreciate you taking the time of your day to watch my video. If you did enjoy it, then please leave a like and a subscription for a smaller creator. I hope you're all enjoying Battlefield 6. I hope you enjoy my content as well. And I'll see you guys in the next Battlefield 6 video. This is Ace signing out. Peace.